Hi, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do a collective reading for the week of August 4th through the 10th. We have quite a bit happening astrologically this week, as we often do, but this week is unique because we have the peak of the Lion's Gate, which is on 8/8. We also have Mars entering Libra for about the next 6 weeks, which will be pretty impactful for a lot of our relationships, partnerships, alliances, and the like. And this week we also have a full moon lining up in the sign of Aquarius. So I thought we'd keep it pretty simple this week with the astrology and the quotes. I'm actually going to read a little bit about the astrology through the Planetary Oracles lens on Instagram, and then a few quotes that really apply to the energies at play, and also a really specific message to all of you light workers out there on the path. I think you'll identify with it deeply. And then we'll get into the usual readings with the oracle decks that I have. I'm using a new oracle deck called Energy and Spirit. If y'all have seen me pull from the Priestess of Light, I decided to do a deep dive into what other decks that, who is this? Sandra Ann Taylor. I like her work, so we'll be pulling from that in a moment. But let's talk about the astrology. So from August 6th to September 22nd, Mars enters Libra, and a new current of desire flows through the realm of relationships, bold, intentional, and lit by the fire of sacred connection. This is not a passive love. It's devotion in motion, where truth and attraction meet in conscious alignment. The inner flame now seeks to create, not to control, bringing power into union and purpose, into passion. Divine connection becomes a sacred space for growth, where love doesn't just inspire, it refines. What stirs now is more than chemistry. It's a catalyst for soul evolution, asking you to deepen into connection without abandoning your own center. Really enjoyed that. So we're going to be feeling that impact. Let's talk a little bit about this Lion's Gate. I talked a little bit about it last week. Let's go a little bit deeper. So, as you know, the Lion's Gate is when we become aligned with the spiritual sun of Sirius, and it's a divine vortex. It illuminates the path of heart-centered living and higher love. A lot of us, since this Lion's Gate opened in July the 26th, and it's moving through, ending until the 12th of August, we've been called into more heart-centered action in the way we relate to people and the way we move through the world. So this powerful alignment, it's awakening our intuition. It's calling forth the courage to become our brightest expression and our truest selves. And that seems like a very mighty order, but I think when we strip it down, it has a lot more to do with just manifesting what we feel, believe, see, sense through the power of our heart. And when we do that, it feels like we align with people with the same intention. And then the power of purpose between you and other magnifies. So we came here to embody the love, right? And to share it. And we're going to be seeing that expressed in a more deep way in our connections. Family, friends, people that we truly are aligned with, we will deepen in those connections. And the ones that we aren't, it will just slowly dissolve. So this portal is going to be amplifying also purpose and infinite potential, reminding us that we're not separate from the divine spiral of creation. So we get to step through with clarity during this portal and breathe in abundance and let the lion heart within us all restore the truth of who we've always been. So powerful energy. I've always loved Lion's Gate. It feels a little different this year. It's softer, at least from what I can perceive, softer, gentler. I'm noticing things on a deeper level. Sounds, sights, smells. It's definitely an activation point. Now, the sturgeon, super full moon in Aquarius, that's what it's named. I believe that was coined by the Algonquin tribes. around sturgeon, and it's plentifulness during this time of year, this particular moon. It's a powerful culmination point arriving just after the Lionsgate portal. And this is happening on the 9th in the wee hours of the morning here on the East Coast. And this, because it's aligning right after the Lionsgate portal, it's going to amplify heart-centered intentions with clarity and innovation. So it's going to give us an extra boost to put things into motion. As a supermoon, its energy is intensified, bringing emotional breakthroughs and heightened awareness. Aquarius urges us to detach from drama, view life from a higher perspective, and align with collective evolution and future visions. With Mars and Libra, relationship themes arise, calling for balance between union and sovereignty. This moon supports quantum leaps, intuitive downloads, and releasing outdated beliefs, offering a potent opportunity to embody your higher frequency and recode your reality. That's what it feels like. It's subtle, but it's strong. Let's read these two quotes. This one is from Magnetize Yourself. Many light workers are shifting roles right now. You're no longer meant to be the bridge builder. You're here to be the frequency holder. When you were the bridge builder, your mission was to meet people where they were. You moved between dimensions, dipped into denser timelines. Yeah, we're still in Mercury retrograde this week, so bear with me. And entered emotional landscapes that weren't yours, just to help others find their way back to light. You felt everything. You mirrored the higher path, step by step from inside the mess. You were the energetic bridge between lower and higher consciousness, and it was exhausting. But that was your role then. Now your mission has changed. You're not here to bridge anymore. You're here to hold, to anchor, to become the living transmission of the frequency itself. You're being asked to stop explaining yourself, to stop lowering your vibration, to translate your light. You're being guided to protect your peace, not as avoidance, but as alignment. Because your peace is the new bridge. Your embodiment is the invitation, and the right people will feel it. They don't need you to rescue them. They'll rise to meet you. So if you felt the call to pull back, go quiet, protect your energy, or stop fixing others, this is why. You're not abandoning your purpose, you're evolving it. Oh, it's powerful. And then the last one by Nikita Gill, one of my favorite writers, poets. Your hair collects space dust from comets. And at any given moment, you're breathing oxygen created by ancient trees, and you are 70% ocean. And maybe these facts don't seem connected, but listen. All I'm trying to say is that you may not believe it, but you are an astonishment walking this earth, collecting cosmic dust in your hair, with a heart made from the life force of stars, and a spine stronger than granite. It took millions of years of evolution to get you here. If you ever feel too small or too scared to speak up, remember what you are, and act like the miracle you were always meant to be. See what I mean? Like, these are really beautiful codes that were being granted this week. So deepen into them. Remember, you're here to hold this vibration of higher consciousness. And we do it through our practices, and we do it through awareness. And in remembrance of the circles of our evolutionary pathways that are never ending. I think, one of the beautiful things I've been reminded of, this past week I was called to the ocean 3 times. I live in the ocean state in Rhode Island, and I can't recall a time. I've been here for almost 14 years, raising my daughter, going through the highs and lows of my personal life and professional life. And I've never had a week where I went to the coast 3 times. And I think that the ocean, anywhere you live, near any body of water, any beautiful mountain peak, grassy hill, forest, flower, floor, garden, the earth is drawing us all, gathering us all in deep reverence to pause, to become more present, and to feel more alive. So I feel a nice quiet energy. I think I'm already feeling this Mars and Libra of softening, finding more harmony within. Let's pull some oracle messages. I think y'all can feel it today. Waking up, clicking on this video. Stillness. That's what it feels like. Sweet stillness. All right, let's pull some energy and spirit oracle cards. Thank you for being here with me. I'm so grateful for all of you, for the energy that we exchange. All right. And thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for the collective today. It's a humble path that we walk. All right. Let's see. What are the energies for the week ahead? As I feel the little burst. They fill me. I'm like, Jenna, you need to, I'm so like, there's just like this tenderness in the air today, gentleness. But now I just felt a little boost. A little boost of energy. Let's see. We've got, of course, a goddess is going to step forward. This is very Venusian, very Libran. Goddess of dreams, vision, intuition, and receptivity. Look at that. And her heart chakra is alit. She has the full moon behind her. We're being lit from within. We're no longer meant to be the bridge builders. We're meant to hold the frequency. And what do you dream of? What is burning inside of you? We're under the influence of this Leo, this Mercury retrograde in Leo. We're still under the sign of Leo. We have the Lionsgate portal in Leo. Doesn't it feel like a Leo, a Libra type of vibe here? This is an activation point. And look at, she's got the amethyst over her third eye, purifying. The veil is thinning deeply. There's more spiritual activity for sure. Seeing spirits, seeing in your dreams into other realms, into other dimensions. I'm sure all of you are having vivid dreams. A lot of activity, right? In the non-physical. So we have the goddess of dreams. We have the numerology of number 25 turning into 7, which is a very spiritual frequency and activation. All right, let's see what else do we have here. So really hone in on your vision. Use your intuition to receive the downloads, okay? And this is much like the Six of Wands. There's a beautiful achievement, a completion and reward for the Lightworker community. To really step into our mission. We have this red ribbon too of protection. It looks like it's surrounding and wrapping around our solar plexus chakra. So a lot of you are reaching a level of achievement in your higher awareness. And visions are coming in through this Lionsgate portal for the future. I've really been future oriented lately about where I want to be, what I want to be doing, what I want to build. This energetic architecture that supports your vision. There's a lot of foundational work that's been laid already, etherically. And now we get to live it. So this is a beautiful achievement for the collective this week. A culmination, reward time, as we have held the vision and we've remained open and receptive, aligning with the intuitive forces. And then we have mindfulness. Wow, what a beautiful week. So we have 771. And at the bottom of the deck, we have connections, 29, karmic point. Partnership, contract, commitment. And we have emerald. Wow. So this week, it is a beautiful achievement. We have mindfulness practices, peace, presence, quieting the mind. Like I said, there's this stillness. I feel like every time I step into doing the collective reading, it's a beautiful snapshot right now, opening the reading, the first 10, 15 minutes of the energies of the week. And I'll tell you, this is such a beautiful week of peace and inner alignment. It is an achievement for all of us to reach this this portal where we are more aligned with the higher vibration of our souls. This means we walk through the world from a place of true connection, connecting with people on a deep level, even if they're totally unaware. I was sitting at the beach yesterday on the sand and I was looking around and I just was like, wow, what a beautiful sea of humanity. I don't know these people at all. And here I am sharing this space and time with them on these sands. And it must have taken, like Nikita Gill, millions of years to arrive just in this moment, to be able to be on this earth with these people, enjoying the beach, enjoying the ocean. And what a blessing. Every day is such a blessing. So be mindful, right, of your connections. Allow them to deepen. Bring your sacred commitment in your centered self to every interaction. That's the work. Bring all of you into the room. Let's clarify some of these energies. They're beautiful energies. This is higher consciousness. In our connections. And experiencing a new level of peace with Mars and Libra. Sovereignty. Fierce sovereignty. Liberation of the soul. 9 of Pentacles. Wow. I'm getting royal energy. Dharma energy. Yogic energy. The energy of self-mastery. That's the 9 of Pentacles. It's a feeling of abundance. No matter where you are at any given moment, it's the feeling of true abundance and independence, self-reliance. And we have the Chariot. We're also heavily influenced by Cancer, as Cancer is now doing a beautiful trine with Jupiter. I believe that's coming in, I think it's happening now, and Venus is in Cancer for the rest of August pretty much, at least till the 3rd week. So we have this beautiful heart-opening experience as we move into our personal willpower and we're led by the divine. You know, the High Priestess gets a really strong reputation for moving between worlds, piercing through the veil, and having sixth sense and relying on her intuition. This is the masculine form of intuition. This is the actions we take because of our inner visions. And moving forward, not holding back, steering and navigating our vehicles, our Merkabas through life. Not even looking down or up, just straight ahead. That's really knowing yourself. So it seems like there's this beautiful movement toward liberation. Keep hearing liberation, sovereignty, soulful expression, undeniable communication. Queen of Swords, truth, integrity, the sword of protection. Wow. Let me get one more. This feels like very balanced energy. We have water, earth, and air showing up, and fire. Wow. Wow. We have all the elements showing up. This is a balanced week, you all. This is a week to experience extraordinary codes, light activations, downloads. This is an achievement, a personal achievement. This is the card 3 of Wands. Your ships have arrived. So in the fire energy, it's about staying positive and optimistic on your path. In your air energy, it's about speaking your truth and integrity with clarity and conviction. Queen of Swords doesn't hold back. She says what needs to be said. And then we have the water energy represented by the Chariot, soulfully led in the heart through the intuitive forces that we were birthed with, that we repeat and come back with through every lifetime. This is the courage to keep moving forward. And then we have the earth energy of manifesting abundance. They're showing us here, too, We have the air energy and the goddess of dreams holding the vision. We have the personal fire, victory, which is spirited. Yeah. You know, when you reach a culmination point in your path and you're like, this feels like a deeply spiritual week. When we look back at the work we've done so far this year and we honor the path, we honor our growth. And then we have mindfulness, a little bit more air energy and consciousness. Feels like a lot of air in the oracle, a lot of air with fire. And what does that bring? It's combustible. It's electric. It's alive. Water and fire feed each other. All right, let's now clarify the Chariot. Let's see what the Chariot has to say. So happy to see you all here. I say sight because I can feel it. I feel it as a collective energy of love. The Magician and the Knight of Wands. So this is passion, manifesting, feeling alive, taking action, moving forward. Let's clarify. That's at the surface. Why is the Chariot here for the week? What are we moving toward? Wow, you all. We're moving toward the freedom of our faith and a heart that flows with love. It's going to be an extraordinary week. Extraordinary week. Cosmic alignment, cosmic forces. Beautiful. I feel like it's an inner journey, right? That people will see, people will feel. They'll be like, something's different about you. What's going on? You know? Wow. A lot of people are at a crossroads. They're removing the blocks, energetic blocks of fear, stress, doubt, anxiety, and worry, so they can find the light of their own sun within. This is consciousness, higher consciousness, the sun, the Fool, the Ace of Cups. Spirit is saying, embody this frequency. Come out of the mind. It's a trap. So anything that you're stressed about, exhausted over, lay it to the side. We don't have to operate from this anymore. When you truly know your divine origins and you deepen in your consciousness, you elevate and you see the light of your own personal freedom and liberation. And you always have faith even when it gets hard, especially when it gets hard. We don't avoid these things. We move through them, we alchemize them, and we metabolize them. And I see here that this week, it's almost like the end of stress and anxiety for a lot of us. And this is walking a higher timeline, for sure. Totally higher timeline. Leave this behind. You may have moments of it, but you get to decide through your observer. Right? So this Chariot, where are you going? You're going to continue to stress about the things that you can't control? Or are you going to say no more? And then you're going to step into the heart, this Lion's Gate heart, this activation, where it feels like a beautiful bathing, a purification, a cleansing, a releasing. You know, like sometimes, I think of releasing and shedding old skin. It comes through heaviness. In this portal, it's through the fire of the sun. It just burns it away. Poof. It's interesting. I took a photo of my dog. I have one of those little solo stoves on my deck and had a fire the other night. And she really likes the fire. And she was close with her paws crossed. And I saw like these little spirals. They're like tendrils. And I thought, interesting. And I looked at it. There's a scientific reason for smoke tendrils, but there's also a spiritual reason. And I do believe that there's a spiritual force that is so deep and true and ancient in every time period when we reach the Lionsgate peak. And it's why the ancients were so governed by this alignment. It truly is a divine gift. So I would really encourage you all to, I didn't want to suggest anything because it's so personal, but on 8/8, because at least where I live and pretty much wherever you live, the Lionsgate portal activation with the Aquarius full moon, this air meets fire, is pretty much on the night of 8/8. You can still do it on 8/9, so if 8/8 doesn't work, but on the night of 8/8 or 8/9, do something to honor your journey. Write something, burn it, cleanse in a bath, release it. Take a moment, take a pause to do something. All right? Light a candle, say a prayer. All right. Let's keep going. Wow. There's definitely, let's get a force here. What's going on here with the energy? First chakra. Coherence. Let's get one more. Throat chakra. Interesting how my throat's been kind of, I feel fine today. Rooted and grounded in our physical bodies. First chakra, throat chakra, communicating. You know, an activation of the heart opens up our throats. So as you open more and more in your heart frequency, you actually channel in your communication, and it's an energy code that activates the hearts of others. So that's what we're called to do as light workers, to embody this vibration. And we do it in our speech, through right speech, right action. Let's read these. And as far as the numerology, I said this earlier, we have 771 and 11. 77, 11, and 1. So we have a new beginning, a very high spiritual frequency code. First chakra, the energy of the root chakra supports our sense of safety in a physical world and reminds us to enjoy our physical bodies. Yeah, this is when we forget, right, that we aren't safe and sovereign. But then we jump into our heart coherence. The frequency of coherence supports our ability to harmonize the frequency of the heart with the frequency of the mind for an optimal ability to create the reality that we desire. That's what we're doing. This is an opportunity to really sit in coherence this week so you can move forward, rooted and grounded in a sense of physical safety in the world, so you can open up your throat chakra. We have the frequency of the throat chakra. The blue flower of life supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. Peaceful presence, quiet mind, peace and balance. The great yogis, they lived in that frequency and miracles happened. I was reading autobiography of a yogi yesterday at the beach, and he was talking about, he had a vision of his mother dying, Yogananda, and before her death, she spoke of a story of when Yogananda was a very young baby who had gotten anointed by her guru. And this guru, who was a holy one, and there was a sacred amulet that he said would materialize for her to give to her son. A physical object materializing out of thin air through the power of the mind. And she was to give that to him 1 year after her passing, and her brother was bequeathed this duty. And Yogananda was called to this path. I'm saying this because what have you been called? What is your vision? This is the time to put it into motion with this chariot, to align with your own personal truth, to speak, right, from your heart, and hold on to all the hope and faith and optimism you have so you can live in this. Isn't that what we all want? We are on the spiritual path to actually live in harmony and peace. Let's get a lesson. Let's get a self-care lesson. And then I'm going to read Journey of the Heart. A self-care lesson, and then we're going to get a gateway of light activation and some advice to end this. reading. I just saw 2999. It is a culmination point. These are these 3 lessons for the week. Ooh, another one wanted to pop out. Ooh, 5. Okay, so these will all speak to you on different levels. I'm open to learning from my past mistakes. Self-love. I release the idea that I have to do everything on my own. Letting go. I deserve to show myself the love and attention I give to others. Self-love. Interesting. A lot of self-love. Self-trust. I trust in my ability to stay calm and present in moments of conflict. Woo! Man, that's the work, right? We all get challenged in that. Can you stay calm and present when you feel triggered? You're going to get challenged, especially in August with these retrograde energies. Self-love. I am valuable even when I experience rejection. And healing. I will accept change with openness. Beautiful. All right, now let's read Journey to the Heart, the passage for today's date, August 4th. Value passion. Value what ignites the flame within you. Value what inspires and interests you, what engages you, what tickles and exhilarates you, what sparks the fire within. Your strong feelings, what you love or hate, are not wrong. Your passions will lead and guide you in all you want to do. From the tiniest idea to the grandest scheme, what makes your flame burn more brightly is the light shining from above, gently guiding the way. The universe will lead and guide you, tell you what to do. The message might come through a story someone tells you, a place someone mentions that they liked, or a problem someone's having trouble resolving that attracts your attention with a bit of extra force. A movie that sticks in your mind, a book you couldn't put down, something you realize you hate, something you find you love after all, an idea you find interesting, something that makes you stop and think. Learn to tell how you react to what you see and hear. That's how you learn to listen to what the universe has to say. So true. That place may be the next place you're to go on your path. The idea may just be what you're looking for to help get you unstuck. When you know what you're feeling deep inside, you'll know what you like. If you've grown cold and bored, you can come alive again. Feel whatever you need to feel, and you'll find your passion underneath. If you don't know when you feel sad and alone, you won't know when you feel good. Feel all the feelings that come your way. Each one has a lesson for you. And as you release that energy, you'll be releasing passion too. Value your passions and the way you feel. Soon you'll find yourself knowing just what to do and when. Stay open. Keep your fire burning bright. When you recognize what inspires you, you'll be recognizing the light. Wow. What perfect symmetry here with the cards. Honoring your connections. A lot of new contracts, commitments are coming in. Staying independent on the path. Being mindful when we feel triggered, right? Learning from the past. Letting other people in. Staying calm and present. And accepting change with openness. Letting go, right, of an overactive mind, the overthinking mind. It will never lead you in the right direction. It's there to serve a purpose, but do not let it own you and rob you of the higher frequency energies that are coming in this week, okay? Try to stay aligned the best you can through whatever you're moving through. Let's now get a final pull of the Gateway of Light activation. What is the Gateway of Light? Ooh, we had 2 come out. Soul Star activation and Crystal Skull wisdom. Clarity, divine healing, high vibrational energy, and fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. Let's read these. Crystal Skull activation, of course. I wasn't sure if we'd see Sirius, but I believe that was last week. So we're deepening in these frequencies. All right. Let's see what this has to say from Spirit. All aspects of your life are becoming clearer at this time. Expect to become aware of what you need to step away from to have a more focused path. You may have felt indecisive, but now you're downloading direct guidance from the heart of Source so that you can live and express yourself in a more authentic way. Know that downloads often appear as your own inner guidance, encouraging you to move forward. The key is to recognize the calmness they bring. This is a time of clarity and connection. Crystal Skull wisdom is here to bring clarification to what you've been receiving within. In order for the next phase of your journey to unfold, you must follow the information you have received. Just like Yogananda, and his mother. He received the information. This amulet was to guide him to his holy pathway. He was being guided to the Himalayas at that time in his life, to Shambhala, the hidden dimensional portal of the great yogi masters. You know what you need to do to heal and grow. If you've been asking for a sign that the healing work you have been doing has been successful, trust that this card is the message you have been waiting for. And then the soul star activation. All right. I believe it's this one. Oh. There's a lot of S's in this one. I should probably just look at the pages. Yeah, here we go. This is our higher chakra above our heads, 12 to 24 feet. Through your previous journeys, you have learned much about the inner workings of your soul and about the cycles of karma. Oh yeah, have we ever? Before this incarnation, you set a powerful intention to remember your divine origins. At this point, you are in a powerful space, for you are remembering who you truly are, and you know that you have it within you to make a great difference in your own life. You are burning through ancestral karma, by the way. You are healing your lineages. You know how powerful that is? What a great honor that is. This is a long sentence. I'm going to repeat it again. At this point, you're in a powerful space, for you are remembering who you truly are, and you know that you have it within you to make a great difference in your own life, the lives of those you love, and of course, the world. This remembering is in alignment with the soul contracts you made before coming to this realm. If you find yourself worrying if you're making the right decisions, know that even if you aren't conscious of it, all that you have chosen so far is in accordance with your soul's evolutionary plan. And when you draw this gateway, you're opening up on higher levels. Wow. Beautiful. Let's get a final pull to end this reading. Thank you for being here with me. As always, it's such a delight. There's a gorgeous freedom, liberation, higher consciousness being granted to us. Move forward. This is the beautiful signs of early manifestation. Page of Pentacles, or advice. Page of Pentacles. The moon. There's that Cancer influence. Move through the shadow. Yeah, a lot of people, the advice is to stabilize. Do the work to stabilize your energy. 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. Some people are facing uncertainty through the Tower. This is also change, right? The change that makes us feel a little off balance. Changes in our subconscious realm. This Neptunian influence, wherever it is, it's pretty deep this week. I can feel it. I'm not sure exactly where it's at. But this is coming out of any illusion, confusion, worry. But it's also our intuition, right? This could be sudden, shocking spiritual downloads, right? Spiritual awakenings. Right here, right? Being gifted with being blasted open. So your advice is to welcome whatever energies arrive this week and align with it. Release the old, right? The old worker timeline is dissolving. That's what I'm hearing. The old Lightworker timeline is dissolving, and we're still stabilizing in the new Lightworker timeline of embodiment. So ground, right? Ground this week. I hope you enjoyed this reading, you all. It's been a pleasure. Take care. Namaste. All right, announcements. I need to do a meditation video for you all. I'm sorry I haven't. I've been promising myself over the weekends I will pull back and just plug in, tap in, so I can bring those messages more fully to you from the work week, Monday through Fridays. So I may post every now and then on a weekend, but I need to sit down and talk to you about the meditation journey. It's been deep. It's been profound. I've been going through, it's almost like a purging of the shadow. The more we deepen into the light, the shadow starts to kind of like kick up a little bit of a storm. So if you've been experiencing a little bit more of a stir, just know it's normal. It's clearing. It's clearing the way, right, for the embodiment of a different frequency to take hold. So release what needs to be released when it comes to any fear. And if nothing's happening, that's normal too. Okay. I might as well just do the meditation plug in now, as a lot of you are following the collective reading. It's kind of where I started to announce it anyway. So I want to thank you and express my gratitude that you took on this soul assignment. And I hope that you are enjoying some experiences, whether they're, major epiphanies or just subtle nudges. They're all equally important. And continue with your meditative practices. I think we're seeing them play out in a deep way, especially this week. This is a week to really maximize this. And if you happen to not make it at 4, do it. Still do it. Okay. It's about daily meditation. 4 is a peak time, 4 a.m. that is. But if you don't make it at 4 a.m., do it a different time. All right. And don't chastise yourself if you don't wake up, you sleep through it, you just can't do it. All right. This is about consistency with mindfulness practices. And it doesn't have to be at 4 a.m. It's a beautiful sacred hour for it when the first light comes into the planet. But it doesn't have to be, okay, done at that time. So that's really all I want to say. I'm actually going to be finishing out the August readings for Pisces Cancer today, and I'll be doing the earth signs as well. And thank you for your patience as I am still moving through the summer months. My daughter took her first surfing lesson this past week and she nailed it. I was so proud. I was standing on the shore just, yes, like so excited for her because her first try, she got up, popped right up and just went through. Like she was a natural and I just couldn't be prouder. It's just, it's amazing to see our children excel. And I think that's about it. Very happy in my corner of the world here. I hope you're enjoying your summer or your winter, wherever you are. And I send you so much gratitude for this journey that we're sharing together. Take care.